Hello. So today we're going to start drawing a house. It was my grandmother's house. My father actually built it in 1947. My grandmother moved into it a couple of years later, 1966. And then when my grandmother passed away in 1998, I took over the house. So this is 114 Berry Street, Morganton, North Carolina. And so we're gonna draw this up. So to start with, let's uh, let's open up whatever drawing you have, your blank or whatever. And I want you just to first of all, we're going to save as, and wherever you want to save it, you can. And I'm going to save it in my architectural class here. And I'm going to call it 114 Berry Street. And if you would do a whatever that thing's called right there, and then put your last name in there so that I know who it is, who it belongs to. Save as, update relative paths. And then once you get to this point, I want you just to highlight everything and delete it. Boom, gone. Okay, so save. And then I'm going to reopen up that other one that I have all my other stuff in. That's not the one though. Wrong one. Away. Hunt it. Okay, so open. There it is. Give it a chance to open. Computer's a little slow today. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right. If you will open up your the download 114 Berry Street combined, you will see this here, and this thing's gonna give me a pain in the butt. So let's get rid of that. Now, okay, so as you can see, I've already drawn this up, and basically what you're going to be doing is just copying it. I might suggest that you hover, or not hover, but you click on this, but well, it's not doing it. Well, all of a sudden it's not wanting to do it for some reason. I don't know why. So let's make it smaller so that I can see two screens. And I'm gonna go over the polyline with you real quick. So with the polyline, you can see down here it says specify a start point. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at this point right here. And I'm going to go clockwise around it. Okay, so I'm going to click my point and make sure that actually let's go into the width. So I've just clicked it one time. And if you see down here at the bottom where it says arc, half width, length, undo, and width, I want you to type W for width. Okay, and it should be 0, 0. If it's not, change it to 0, 0. Hit enter, and then make sure that this one is also 0, 0. And then you're ready to go. So I'm just going to move it up and just let it hang there for a little bit. And if you'll notice over here, 12 feet. So I'm just going to let it hang there. And I'm going to type in 12 feet. All right. So I'm obviously really, really big. So I'm going to try to get a little bit smaller here. Okay. So now I'm going to go to the right, and I'm going to type in 8 foot 1.5. All right. And what that done was that gave me this measurement here. Going a little bit more. And now I'm going to go up, and I'm going to go to this 12 foot here. 12 foot. Now I'm going to go over to the right 20 foot, and I'm just going to keep going around, making sure that I am, you know, straight up and down. I don't want to be at an angle at all. Okay. Make sure that this is clicked here. So it's got your cursor, you know, to where it'll snap into the direction that you want to go. All right. So I'm down to 24 feet. All right. And at this point, I can just go back over here to this original point that I started with, and I'm going to click. But then if you'll see down here at the bottom where it says close, just type in C and enter. All right. So now we have a complete perimeter on there. I'm trying to get these out and think about it at the same time. So at this point, what I want to do is I want to offset. Now, my exterior wall on this particular house was a 2x6 exterior wall. Let's draw it just as a 2x4 wall. The original house was a 2x4 wall. And so when we're thinking about this wall here, we're looking at a 2x4 stud and 7/16 OSB on the outside of it. All right. So what I want to do is I want to offset this 3.5 inches plus 7 5/8 or 7/16. But that's kind of weird. We don't want to really do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to offset it 4 inches. All the interior walls are going to be 3.5 inches, with the exception of this plumbing wall, which will be 5.5 inches. But we're just going to keep it simple, and we're going to make this outside 4 inches. So basically it's a 1/2 inch sheet OSB on the outside of it. So I'm going to hit offset, pull my cursor down in here, and I'm going to type in 4 inches. And I'm just going to grab the object here. I'm going to click on it, not right click, but just left click. And then I'm going to pull to the inside. Okay. You can see how you can go either side of it, but I want it to go to the inside. Okay. So I've clicked on that. I'm going to hit enter to accept it. Now I have I have the outside and the inside of the wall on here. Now at this point, I need to explode this, because if I don't, if I try to offset it, say 5 feet, see what it's going to do? It's going to keep it together. So we need to highlight both of those, and then we're going to explode it. Okay, so now I have individual wall pieces, as you can see there. If I come over here, I can see that I have 5 feet 4.5 inches to this side of the plumbing wall. Now, keep in mind, this is from the outside. All right, so I'm going to go in here. I'm going to hit offset. I'm going to type in 5 feet 4.5, hit enter, and I'm going to grab that outside one, and I'm going to move it over to there. All right, I'm going to hit escape, and I'm going to hit enter again. This time I'm going to go 5.5 inches. All right, I don't have to put the inch mark in here because it is default on inches. Okay, so now I can offset that one again. All right, so this is going to be the kitchen dining room area, so I don't have to do anything in here, but I do need to get this wall in. So from the outside to the inside of the bathroom, I have 8 foot 6.5 inches. Offset 8 foot 6.5, enter, grab the outside line and pull it in. Escape, enter, 3.5, enter. And now I'm just going to offset this once more. All right. At this point, I can go in here and clean up a little bit. So let's go in here and do some cutting, some trimming. I don't want those lines right there. I want it to look like that. Okay. I want it to be open. So all I'm doing is I'm trimming these out. And I'm just going to trim both of these off at the same time, just like that. And now yours should look similar to that. All right, let's go over here and get this little laundry room out of the way. Actually, I tell you what, let's get this long wall here. Now, notice that, let me pull in here a little bit. Notice that this line is continuous. We don't want to have a jump here in the drywall in that bedroom. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our trim again. I'm going to push shift. And if when I put shift, it does just the opposite. Instead of trim, it's going to extend. Okay, so I'm going to extend it to the outside wall over here where the all of a sudden bigger there, where my laundry room is. Okay, and it just extended that one line. Now I'm going to offset, and this wall here, excuse me, is 3.5 inches. So I'm going to type in 3.5, and I'm going to offset this wall up into the kitchen 3.5 inches. Now, if you roll in, you'll see that this is kind of a screwy thing here. So we have to go into cut or trim and clean this up a little bit. Okay, so there, this side is going to be 3.5 inches. This side will be 4 because it's an exterior wall. Okay, moving on, I can offset the laundry closet there 2 feet 6.5 inches. Okay, so I'm going to type in 2 feet 6.5 inches. I'm going to scroll in just a little bit, and I'm going to offset this to going up into the kitchen. And then I need to go 3.5 inches. So basically I hit escape and enter because that's the last command that I had. Bam, now I've got that 3.5 inches. Let's get this 3'2" out of the way while we're at it. So we're going to offset, and this is going from the outside of the wall. Okay, if you remember. Okay, it's going to the outside. So I'm going to type in 3'2", enter. I'm going to grab the outside line and move it over, escape, enter, 3.5, enter, and highlight that one to the outside as well. Now I want to come and trim it all out. So I'm going to trim these lines where I don't need them. Oh, don't trim this line here. Didn't mean to do that. Of course, I'm going to trim here and here. Okay, this is what you should look like. Keep that wall. Don't trim that out like I was getting ready to do by mistake. Now, what I want to do now is I want to offset, and this here is 11 feet from the outside wall. So I'm going to offset. I'm going to type in 11 feet. Go in here and catch on this outside piece here and move it to the end. All right, then I'm going to escape and hit enter and do 3.5. Remember that, pause this video, when I first did the outside, pause it after I'd done that, and you go over to your drawing and do the same. Then I drew in these lines, pause it, go in and do the same. So don't try to watch this whole video at one time. Watch it in pieces and parts. Okay, so now I'm going to trim again. See that this one is a little bit longer because it came off an exterior wall. Okay, no, I didn't want to do that because, no, I don't. Do I? No, because this is going to go off here. I don't want to trim that off. Okay, so I'm going to hit U, enter. See how I put that line back in there? That's another way of doing undo. Notice that this line here is still kind of shiny. What I need to do is refresh my palette here. So all I'm going to do is type in RE, and you'll see that regen comes up. So then I'm going to hit enter, and it regenerates the project. And that way that line is not kooky-fied like that. The closet here, I can go either way. I can come down 3'4", or I can go up 7'11". It doesn't matter, however you want to do it. I'm going to go 3'4", and catch this line and pull down, escape, enter, 3.5 inches to get this other wall, okay, going into the closet. Okay, so now I have a wall right here. Okay, I have this wall and I have this wall, but they're awful long, and that's okay. We're going to clean this up here in a minute. Now, again, I could go 2'4" from the inside the closet, or I can go 14'1" from the outside of the other wall. I think I'm going to go 2'4". Okay, so I'm going to offset that 2'4". Then I'm going to hit escape. Oop, not TITLE, escape. Enter, and 3.5 for the wall thicknesses. Now I need to go to trim and clean these up so that it looks like the drawing that I have on the left. Okay, so I need to get rid of that. I need to get rid of this. I need to get rid of those two. And I need to clean up this exterior wall here. Okay, so now we have all the walls on the first floor here. So we can begin putting in windows and doors. I'm going to go back over to my windows and doors, and I'm going to grab a couple of windows and doors. This door here is 2'8". This door is 3'0". Okay, so I'm going to go down to my doors, and I'm going to capture this 3'0" door because of the swing. Notice the swing is the same. Okay, and I'm going to catch this. No, sorry. I'm going to catch this 2'8". Okay, I'm gonna hit Control C on my keyboard. Okay, remember that's copy. Control C. I'm gonna go over to Berry Street, and I'm gonna hit Control V. All right, so now you see that I have two doors that is going to be placed for me. So I'm gonna drop those, and I want to highlight it. I want to right click. I want to move it. And at this time, it's okay. We don't really know where we want to put it. I'm going to grab always on the hinge side, and I'm going to place it where I think it might go. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now, notice that the on this particular door, it's 3'0". Actually, I told you wrong. We need to put an exterior door there. This is an interior door. So let's go back over to windows and doors and grab the exterior doors. Remember, the exterior doors basically just have this little threshold on the bottom of it. So I'm going to hit Control C again, go over to my drawing, hit Control V, and because it's picking up the bottom left corner, I'm going to have to drop it and then place it. So again, I'm going to hit my hinge side, and I'm going to go in here where I kind of think this might go and drop it in. Now, notice that I've got all these, this is the center of the window, the center of the door, center of the window, center of the window, center of the window. We could go ahead and lay those out if we wish. So let's go, and down here on the draw, we're going to drop down on that, and we're going to go to the construction line. Okay, I'm going to click on the construction line. I'm going to pull back over into my palette. Now I'm going to right click, and I'm going to pick vertical. And I'm going to place it exactly right on that corner right there. Now I can offset, and I'm going to offset 8'2", 8'2", and then I'm going to hit enter again, and I'm going to do 7'9". Offset that. I was pretty darn close on that door. And then I'm going to do 3'7". I'm going to do 3'1". I'm going to do, did I miss something? 3'7", 3'1". Oh, I got to do 3'1" again. Okay, so if I hit enter, it shows 3'1" there, so I can just hit enter again. All right, and then my last one should be 2'4", and I'm just doing this so that I can check myself. 2'4". And it did not drop in the outside of it. Now that's weird. Now, why did it not do that? What have I missed? We are off how many inches here? 1.5 inches. Now, well, let's try something here. I'm going to get rid of that line. And I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to offset 28 feet. Oh, I see. Well, I've got a discrepancy here, don't I? So I'm going to have to fix that. Doggone it. Let's see what it gives me here. That still doesn't give me right. So I must have a discrepancy up here as well. 8 foot 1.5, 20 foot. See, there's always a problem there sometimes. Yes, I see the problem. Yes, I do see the problem. All right, so we have 28 feet here, but over here I got 8 foot 1.5. That should have been 8 foot exactly. Now I don't know why that is weird like that, but that is problem. So how do we fix that? Well, I just offset this outer one to 28 feet, so I can grab all of this, and I can grab all of this. Okay, see how I've done that? Now, we did not rely on this wall to do the closet, but we did rely on this wall here to do all of these other functions. So I'm going to right click after I've highlighted them all. I'm going to hit move. We'll go up here to this top corner and I'm going to move it over 1.5 inches. All right, so you'll see that that moved over. And let's just check that. And I have 8 feet, so that's what I wanted. So I'm going to leave these upper ones here, the construction lines, but I'm going to come in here and I'm going to clean some of this up where my mistake was. Just clean off those little pieces there. And then I need to go up here and I need to extend this one over. So I'm going to push in shift, and that changes from trim to extend. Okay, so there I've taken care of that. Now, let's go back down here and highlight this whole door. You'll see where the center line of the door is, okay? On this, since we have an outside threshold, the center of the threshold is at this point. I want to right click. I want to move. I want to go back and grab that center point again. Click, and then move it over to that line. So now that is on that line now. So that door is where it needs to be. I'm going to get rid of that construction line. So I didn't really give you the sizes of the windows here. I do apologize for that. However, we're going to call this a 3056 window. So I'm going to go over to my windows and pick up 3056. All right, so down here at the bottom, I'm just going to go 30XX. I'm going to copy that by doing Control-C, go over to the plan, and I'm going to drop it as Control-V. I'm going to change the name of it by double clicking on it to 3052. I'm going to highlight it and put it in place. All right, so I'm going to move. I'm going to grab the rear center point of that, and that way I can just drop it in here. All right, I can get rid of this construction line, and now I just need to clean it up however it is. So this one, obviously, I drew for something different. I don't remember what, probably one of my, what do you call it, barndominium houses. All right, so I just want to, and I want to get rid of that line. You don't have to get rid of that line. If you want to, you can. It doesn't really matter, but I would just move this line out of the way and trim that out, and then move this back. Okay, so now this wall ends at that point and at that point. Okay, so let's continue on. This window here is going to be very small. I'm going to guess and say maybe 20 inches or so. So let's go over here and see what we got in our windows and doors. The smallest that we have is 2.0, which is 2 feet. So let's try that and see how she works. So I'm going to copy that and put it over into the other one. I'm going to drop that in, and this is also going to be a 2052. Well, come on, froze up all of a sudden. Oh, no, it didn't. It's over here on this side. 2052. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same thing that I did with that other one. I'm going to grab in the center and I'm going to place it. Now this one's really different. Geez, this must have been for a larger wall. So anyway, I'm going to trim this up, and I'm going to move this back. And I'm also going to center these two window panes here so it looks more right. And then I'm going to trim that outside line off, get rid of my construction line. All right, so this window can also go over here. It's going to be the same size window. So I'm going to copy, grab in the rear center of the window and place it on the other side. Get rid of my construction line and trim out that wall line in there. Now, at this point, let's take a measurement. Let's see what we've got here in the center to find out what size window we got. Oh, we got a 4'2". So let's go grab a 4.0 window. I have one. I do. I have a 4.0 right there. I'm going to copy that, paste it into the new drawing, grab it from the rear center, and place it on the wall. Now notice that you have some spaces here, and these two things here overlap. So what we're going to do is we're going to clean that up. We just want to get rid of both of those so that we show a continuous drip on the outside here, and we only have, and I can just cut this line out. Actually, I'm going to get rid of the construction line first, and then I'm going to cut this out. Now I don't want, cut the wrong line, dadgummit. See, I need to move that back as well. Let's just do that. I'm escape on that, highlight these two, and I want to move them equal to that. All right, so I'm going to right click, move. Now I'm just going to tag this and I'm going to pull it over. Notice it gives me an extension. I can click and bring it back so that it's equal to that one. Now I can go in here and cut this out without worrying about, and it's okay if these two overlap. You'll never see it on the plan. It's up to you. If you want to highlight these two and move those together, it's fine, or however you want to do it is all good. Okay. So this is what we should have on that front. I'm going to get rid of this construction line here. And oh, I could put my door in, couldn't I? Let's move our door. What am I doing? This is also an exterior door. I need to go back and get that. I've grabbed both of the interior doors and I don't need that. And I bet I don't have a 2.8 exterior door. Don't think I do. No, I don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my 3068 door that has the matching swing on it. Go back over, and I'm just going to drop it for here right now. I'm going to offset 2'8". I'm going to offset this bottom here to there. I'm going to highlight this, and I'm going to move it from the original point to the new point. And I'm just going to get rid of this and this totally all together. Now I need to trim this one little piece here off, and I need to resize this door. So I'm going to go ahead and name that 2868, and that's there. So what I need to do is figure out how to get this door, 2868, get this door to 2.8. All right, so 2.8 is 2'6". So if I come up here and grab this little middle piece here on the rectangle and I start pulling, in the direction that I want it to go and type in 6 inches, then it's going to shorten it for me. Did I do that right? Yes. So now all I got to do is do a circle, grab the hinge, go up here and grab the outside. No, I guess I didn't. What did I do? 2, 8, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. It's all right. So I goofed. All right, let's just fix that. I'm just going to grab that and pull that circle out to there. Now let's back up. Let's back up. Let's go back. I told you wrong. I don't like that. There. Okay. Let's do the circle first. We know that this is 2'8". So I'm going to grab the hinge and I'm going to come out here to the door where the door was. I'm going to grab this center piece and I'm going to pull it at a 45-degree angle down here until I get right. Okay, so now I have this door correctly. I'm going to highlight this corner or this jamb, and I'm going to highlight the door, and I'm going to trim. And when I do so, it should just leave the sweep that I need there. I'm going to go to my properties. I want to match properties. Now my door and my swing are both, should be door. Okay, I'm going to move this into place to where I think it's supposed to go. Do the best I can here. All right, so this is a little long, and that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and offset this line here to 1'7". Okay, so that was this outside, not the other side. All right, so now, all right, I need to move the door outward just a hair. Okay, move, grab that center point, and hit the line. Get rid of the construction line. And then just clean it up. Make sure that there's nothing going on funky here. And I moved that wall there. I didn't realize I had that wall in there as well. So I need to clean the wall up a little bit. And I need to move these two to the wall. Just like so. Then I want to clean this inside in. I'm going to get rid of those. Don't forget to get what's between the door there. Okay, now we have the 2'8" door in there as well. We have a window on the bathroom, in the bathroom at 5'11". So I'm going to offset 5'11", enter, grabbing that outside, that same outside line and offsetting it to there. This is going to be a 2'0" window. So let's just go down here and no, let's don't. Let's go grab us another 2'0" window, even though we'll have to fix it. Okay, 2'0". Copy, paste. All right, drop it. I'm going to change this to, now in the bathrooms, you don't want them to be real low. This is going to be 2030. And because it is within arm's reach of the tub, it has to be tempered. So I'm going to type in temp. Okay, so that means that the glass in this is tempered. I want to highlight it. I'm going to come up here to rotate, or I can right click to hit rotate. Grab any point, don't matter what it is, and then rotate it. I pull down to turn a quarter of a turn to the right. I need to extend this to the inside wall because that's where I'm going to place it. Move, grab the center, and place it in the center there. Now remember, I have to go back and clean this one up because it was for a mine was for a 2x8 wall. So I'm just going to move this stuff over again. If I know I'm going fast, but just pause the video and let's keep looking at it. I've got a place I've got to fix here. And that is good. Okay. Now, what I want you to do is continue. This is also a 2030 window. But both of these are 2030. But this wall, this one over here, let me just make this big. This one over here is going to be 2050. 0.52. Okay, using the numbers that I've given you here, go ahead and place those in there. Okay, you can place your bathtub in. You can place your toilet in. The toilet should be 18 inches off the tub. And then you can also place a 24 by 20, 24 wide by 20 24-inch width by 20-inch depth counter, and then add the sink to it. Okay, the interior doors, they don't have to really be any specific place. Generally, what we want to do is we want to leave about 3 inches here, which, if you remember, that's two 2x4s together. All right, and then we can do the same here, or we can just center this door here. This is going to be a 2.8. This one is going to be a 2.0. This opening here is 3.0. This door here is, I believe it's 2.6. We got to have 2.6 in here so we can get this thing out. Again, it's centered, but it's centered between here and there. Notice that mine's way down here to one side. It looks kind of lopsided. Try to get that thing in there from center to center if you can without encroaching on this wall here. If you can't, go between center and center of here. Okay, so try that, and I will do another video finishing it out. If you have any questions, make sure you text me.